Hey YouTube, if you want to learn how to level your lawn, you must watch this how-to video where I'll show you how I took my lawn from looking like this to looking like this in less than 30 days. Sometimes you have to just do it yourself. Hey YouTube, if you haven't had the opportunity, please like the video, leave a comment, and most importantly, subscribe so we can continue to make valuable content just like this. First step in this leveling project is to head to your local big box store. You want to go to the outdoor nursery section, say hello to the good folks working out there. You want to find yourself a cart because you're going to load this bad boy up with a couple bags of soil. Once you go over to the soil section, you will see that there are many different options that you can choose from. What I suggest is using what's called garden soil. Reason being is garden soil has a light texture to it. It is timber free like some of the other soils. However, you do not need to go as quality as potting soil because the potting soil is really expensive and the garden soil does just justice of what we need in this type of project. Once you load your bags up, depending on how much you need to cover will depend on how many bags you need. Then back home. Now here's the tough part, carrying these bags into your backyard. After the first or second trip, you do begin to get tired, but nevertheless, the show must continue. Another part that you'll need for this project is what's called play sand. This play sand can be purchased at your big box store as well. This is a very, very important part for this process because the soil and the sand need to be mixed together 50-50. To kickstart your project off, you want to make sure that you have a utility knife handy so you can slice these bags open, which will make the process that much easier. Secondly, I would suggest doing this on a flat surface, whether it be a cement pad or whether it be a piece of lumber such as a piece of plywood laying on the grass. Now that you got your soil poured out, the next step is to grab your play sand. Similar to the soil, you just want to take that utility knife, cut the bag open, and you want to try to get an evenly 50-50 blend. So you want to take your time and try to pour as accurately as possible. Then you want to grab your shovel to kind of mix it in to get a healthy mixture. The beauty of the sand is it makes the process of mixing that much easier because it actually lightens up the weight of the soil. Now that we have an respectable 50-50 mixture, what you want to do is walk through your yard and fill in any noticeable low spots. This will make the process a little easier once you're spreading the soil holistically. And then simply toss the soil out there. Make sure you get a good loft on the toss so the soil will fall freely and fall into all of those low spots using simple gravity measures. This This process does not have to be that precise because we're going to go back over it with the leveling rake here shortly. If you haven't had the opportunity, I have a dedicated video to putting together this leveling rake that I purchased off of Amazon. The link to that video should appear in the top right corner. Please watch that video and then you can see exactly what I'm doing to utilize this leveling rake properly. You must push the soil down and raise the grass blades up. That's the only way that this process is going to work. This leveling rake is 17 inches in diameter. It allows you to push the soil down and raise the grass blades up. Okay, so now that we got this pretty much as level as it's going to be for this year, we're going into, I would say, our dormancy season here pretty soon. Right now, we're at the beginning of, well, it's the end of September, going into the beginning of October. Being that we are in the South, we have maybe another 30 days or so before our grass starts to go into what's called dormancy stages. So I wanted to make sure I get this leveling project completed today, and I wanted to put down some Scott's Bermuda grass seeds as well, just for the next 30 to 45 days. Hopefully this can catch some root. Now obviously next year I'll probably have to do this again, as there will probably be some settling, but at least I know that to the naked eye or to the untrained eye, when you walk across the lawn, it's pretty much level. So we're gonna put down some grass seeds here. When you're doing this, you don't need to use a lot. You just wanna open the bag, pour some in your hand. This amount is sufficient for the area that I'm about to present to you now. And the reason why I say you don't need a lot is because we're not planting new grass on new soil. We're pretty much overseeding existing seeds on existing sod. So we don't want to have too much new seeds growing and competing for space within the soil. Zoom in some so you can see basically what I'm doing. And another thing is the areas where the grass is pretty much poking up through the soil, I'm not adding any seed to. I'm only adding seed to the areas like this where there's absolutely no grass because the hole was that deep. So here's where I'll add some seeds. And that's completely fine. You don't need to do any more than that. You can kind of work it down in there if you choose to. But we're gonna water the grass. Yeah, it's fine. So this worked out, I would say, pretty good. I can actually walk across the lawn without twisting my ankle. It's a smooth surface. I feel like I'm walking on solid ground. I would say that in 30 to 45 days at the most, we should be back green. Like I said, the grass is going into dormancy stage, but being in the south, we have probably up until, I would say, the end of October, first, second week of November before it's completely dormant. So that gives me about 6 weeks of growth potential. I did overseed lightly with the Scott's Bermuda grass seeds, and I think that that should help assist going into some of this dormancy stage. But this leveling lawn project is complete for 2023. Hope you enjoyed this series. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel as we have more projects underway. Sometimes you have to just do it yourself.